Hello viewers, uh, this is a chart which I have made for a better understanding of how the consumption sector performs in India. So I have listed down a few company names, that is here Colgate, Britannia, Blue Star, like in AC. So basically this is all certain companies are in staples, Hindustan Unilever. Certain companies which are mentioned are two-wheelers, four-wheelers, etc. So it's auto. Then I have shown here a cloud here which shows IMD prediction. That is basically how the monsoons will perform in the next year. So Indian Meteorological Department, okay, so they have given certain projections for monsoons in the this year. Now why I mentioned here is that because these are all consumption oriented, so it depends upon the incomes of rural and urban areas, and then accordingly based on that incomes their spending power will accordingly be determined. Here I mentioned the sun here and a heat wave here, so that also has a bearing on the products which these companies are manufacturing and how that are getting consumed. Below I have mentioned government formation, which is the latest development which has happened here in India, where it's a coalition government which has been formed. And here I mentioned the allocation. So how the allocation is going to happen, so that will come in the budgets which will be presented shortly. So this allocation towards consumption, so basically we are here talking about consumption between rural and urban areas. So how that consumption trends are going to be in the future. So before that, first let us understand what happens. Okay, so rural incomes. So rural, for example, I'll give an example. Say for example, in the rural areas there are 20 houses in rural areas. They have their farm, and from the farms they are getting income. Maybe they have certain their son working somewhere, and so he is also earning. So the rural incomes are accordingly fixed based on the monsoon. Those rural incomes are happening. They are getting money every year, and they are spending on various items like Colgate, Hindustan Unilever, staples. They are buying shampoos, they are buying toothpaste, they are buying biscuits, they are buying consumer durables, AC, fridge, washing machine, etc. Urban areas, the similar trends accordingly, how the consumption pattern happens in urban areas. So that is also I mentioned. Okay. Now I am going to link this whole thing with stock market and how the prices of the stocks, okay, are get impacted because of various factors. So okay, so this particular example which I have taken. How do you link all these developments here which are happening with the stock market movements in the individual companies? So this particular video is to better understand how the markets behave based on various events which are occurring in the economy. So here I'm giving you an example. Okay, so say for example in rural areas, okay, rural areas, we have 10 20 houses, and they are consuming say toothpaste. Okay, I'm giving an example of Colgate. Now out of the 20 houses, there are certain 5 houses which are not using the toothpastes. They are using some other dant manjan or some other natural things. And then there are, out of 25 are using this, or 15 are using various toothpaste, out of which say 7 are using Colgate, and the remaining are using see other brands. Okay, now how Colgate, how it will impact Colgate's. Okay, now the government formation has happened, the budgets will happen, the money gets allocated towards consumption. So so how the money gets allocated, because government has a kitty. Certain part will go towards defense budget, certain towards railway budget, certain towards roads, etc., everything. So I am here only talking about the consumption perspective. So if the government, coalition government, so there could be more, that is the talk which is going on, there could be more money which is allocated towards consumption area. So how the discretionary non-discretionary consumption is going to get impacted because of this budgets, that will unfold. But now here what has happened is, as soon as on 4th of June, when the coalition government was getting that picture was getting clear that single majority is not, BJP is not getting single majority, absolute majority, so they will need a coalition partners. So as soon as that picture became clear, suddenly you have Hindustan Unilever, Colgate, Britannia, and all these FMCG stocks moved up. Okay. Now there were multiple reasons behind that. One reason behind that was IMD prediction that the monsoon is going to be much better than, or it is normal monsoon. So that is, if the monsoon is better, then the rural, the farm sector will do well, and accordingly the rural incomes will accordingly go up. Okay. Heat wave I mentioned here is because the heat wave will directly proportional to your beverage consumption, your AC consumption, refrigerator consumption. So that is how I mentioned heat wave. So here, out of 15 households, six are using Colgate. Now, if IMD prediction comes true, there is a bountiful of rainfall, the rural areas will get more income. So out of six, out of seven household, 8 households will buy Colgate. Okay, so Colgate will be able to sell more toothpaste. Hindustan Unilever will be able to sell more of their products. Britannia will be able to sell more of their biscuits. Now, what has happened is that because of the heat wave, the people are staying at home and ordering from various social media like your Swiggies and Zomato, etc. So, what happens is biscuit consumption is going up. If they are staying at home, they are buying ACs. So accordingly, the consumer durable companies are benefited. So this is how the consumption pattern will emerge, because how if the urban areas will get more money in their hands, if the budget allocates reduces the taxes on the salaried people, then urban consumption will go up. If the government budgets are more towards farmers and more towards the socialist type of a budget, then the rural incomes will go up. So if urban and rural incomes go up, that additional income will go towards buying all these consumer durables, buying the staples, buying your biscuits and toothpaste, etc. And they will also be able to buy two-wheelers and four-wheelers, so that sales will go up. So this is how the consumption story emerges. Okay. Now, stock market, how it is linked to stock market. As soon as IMD predicts that it's a normal monsoon, in the stock market, what happens is people will start buying Hindustan Unilever, people will start buying Britannia, Colgate, etc. As soon as there is a heat wave is announced, and if there is heat wave outside, people will stay indoors, they will buy more ACs. Okay, so you have Blue Stars and Voltas, those stocks will go up. And as soon as your incomes go up, per capita consumption, your incomes go up, then your auto, two-wheelers and four-wheelers, etc., they will all get, stocks will get impacted. Okay. Now here in the consumption basket, how the stock market moves is, you have distributors, you have a Blue Star company, Voltas, etc. You have Hindustan Unilever, Britannia, Colgate, you have distributors. So what is channel check? What people do is people get channel check about how the month of March has been, how April has been, how May has been. As soon as they get channel checks, okay, as soon as they complete the channel check, they'll get to know how much of toothpaste Colgate is selling, how much of biscuits Britannia is selling, how much of ACs Blue Star is selling, how much of two-wheelers Hero Motocorp or Bajaj Auto they are selling, how much of shampoos, etc. Unilever is selling. So one on that channel check, okay, on that channel check, what happens in stock market is they will start buying the stocks, because they know that the growth of Colgate, Britannia, Hindustan Lever is much better than compared to last year. Okay, so in that case, accordingly, if the EPS of Colgate, Britannia and Hindustan Lever, okay, if EPS goes up, then the price will go up. So in that, the channel check, the people will do channel checks, and then they will start buying these stocks, and the stocks will go up much before the results are announced. So when the results of June of all these companies will get announced, of say Blue Star, of Voltas, etc., before the results are announced, okay, the market, the stock prices are already going up. Okay, and when the results are announced, then the maybe the stock price goes down. So that is what is happen. I'll continue.